Hey guys, it's Ripstag here on Scene playing some Dark and Light. So I've played this game just a little bit. I'm still in the new stages here. I'm going to go ahead and start a brand new character. I've just kind of gotten into some of the early game stuff. Just kind of getting set up, a little bit of the early skills. So it's a lot like Ark. I mean, it's made by the same people. It's in early access, all that kind of thing. And a lot of the mechanics are pretty much the same. So just going to kind of get in here, get started. But the first thing I wanted to point out was just look. I mean, look at it. I mean, Ark was amazing by itself, the island and everything. But I mean, I just walked out of here. This is where the humans start. There are the three races that you can play. You can play the elves, the dwarves, or the humans. And I like to play the humans. Be true to my roots here. And still, I just want to point out the great job that they've done on this. I mean, this looks beautiful. The landscape, everything. I mean, you can travel everywhere in here. I mean, you can go all the way up there to the top of that. I haven't been up there yet, but it is on my plan to explore. So before it gets too crazy here, oh, and if you played Ark, you recognize that? Yep, you know exactly what that is. Except in this game, they're like meteorites, and we'll get into the drops a little bit later. So the first thing I want to do is they've given me a little quest tutorial over here that kind of helps me get started. So I'm just going to kind of follow that at first. And just go up to these bushes here and just start gathering stuff. I don't have anything in my inventory, no tools, nothing like that. And I'm just going to go ahead and harvest these berries, magic shards, and stones. So I've already got a little bit of that experience there. It didn't take long to get the unlocks for the runes, or for a rune anyway. So it's got me set up over there. It says Craft Rune of Light. So I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick. So right here in the schematics, I didn't have anything in here before that. So here we go. We have the Rune of Light. I'm going to go ahead and double click on that. Get that crafted up. It looks like they go ahead and give us one by default, but there we go. We have 6 more. So I'm just going to throw that down here in 1 for now, just for the fun of it. So I'm going to go ahead and cast it, hit the 1. And this does exactly what it sounds like. It casts a little piece of light. You can kind of see it on the ground right there. So it's kind of like a little light fairy that gets to travel around with you. It's kind of cool. I like the way they do that. It's not just emanating from you like in Oblivion or Skyrim or anything like that. You actually have a physical thing you can look at and see where that light's coming from. I think that's pretty cool. So that's going to be coming really, really handy during nighttime, because when it gets dark, it's tough to see darn near anything. Just like in Ark, it was the same way. So the little bit of early game light spell, that's awesome. So let's see. I need to go ahead and eat berries. It's my next step in the little quest tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and obey. All right. Oh, baby. So, rank up melee crafting skill. So, the way these things work, so we have our player level down there, bottom left. So, I have the level up icon flashing at me. We'll go ahead and start with that part. So, over here, you have your combat stats, your survival stats. You're actually going to be able to put points into both of these as you go. So, it's not 1 point on this entire list. So, the first one I'm going to put in health. Boom. So, that gives me my combat stat point here. Okay. I have 1 upgrade point left. And I'm going to throw it into weight, because like Ark, you're just going to need some weight. You need to be able to carry things around and gather, and it makes it so that you don't have to do nearly as much travel back and forth when you're farming those resources that it takes to craft everything. So, all right, so that's your player level. Now, what it's talking about right here with rank up melee crafting skill, you kind of have skill trees over here under knowledge. And you have your adventuring, magic, and architecture. Now it's talking about melee crafting here. If I click on this, it's going to show me my skill ranks. Okay, it's prereqs. There's nothing there because this is rank 1. Now, as I do the things to increase this knowledge, which is harvest stones from boulders, craft stone weapons and tools, it's going to fill this bar here, and it's going to unlock me a stone axe. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done real quick. Punch the tree. on, melee crafting skill. Here we come. Is that working? Oh, wrong button. Let's see. Okay, so I still don't have anything. Harvest stones from boulders. Okay, right. Okay, so I can't go up and punch a boulder. I don't get anything out of it. So I need to keep finding these bushes because it's kind of a not as common, but you do get stones occasionally. Kind of, you know, maybe there's some stones sitting there on the ground nearby. I can't see them. I don't think my ground clutter is turned up all the way, but even then, the ground clutter is just kind of, okay, it is turned up all the way. It's just kind of showing a lot of this stuff here on the ground. It's just texture purposes. It's not really showing any of the items that you can pick up. So I don't see any rocks just laying around. I mean, maybe over here. Let me see if I'll just kind of spam this as I'm running, see if that does me any good at all. Nope. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna go back to the original plan here, and boom, there we go. All right. See, I got my rock from that, and got my melee crafting skill up. So I need to craft a stone axe. Can't jump over that rock. So nailed it right there. Cool. So it wasn't too expensive. Just needed a little bit of straw, which we had been gathering here and there as we were picking up bushes and stuff, some wood and some stone. So great. Now we have a stone axe. I'm going to rearrange this junk here just a little bit because I like my tools up near the front. All right. Hoya! Okay, so I have my axe. So now I can come up and I can get a lot more wood and things right off the bat. Nailed it. Cool. All right, so harvest wood, harvest apples. I'm already on my way. So you'll notice that if you've played any of this game before, the harvest rates by default are that was kind of funny. Are super low, and it takes forever. You're just sitting here banging on a tree, banging on a rock for an enormous amount of time, and you're just not getting enough out of it. So to try to get things to move a little bit faster. Get some of these skills leveled up a little bit faster. Get through that early game grind, especially. I've got the harvest rates turned up just a little bit, so it's just a little bit more fun for me that way. A lot less grindy, because that just, I don't mind putting in the time for it. You put in, or you get out what you put into it, but at the same time, I don't have 12 hours a day to sit here and bang on a tree for some wood. So I'd much rather get in some quality gaming time while I'm able to play. All right, so I've gone ahead and crafted up a staff. So magic is a huge part of this game. So obviously there's going to be some kind of focus device, right? Not to mention the focus here that you're using as your mana. Well, not like your mana. Your mana's up here, but you'll see what I mean in just a second. So we have our sorcerer's staff. That's pretty cool. Can pull it out. Now, it's not really doing anything. And the reason for that being is I need a spell first. So it's gone ahead, and as soon as I crafted that, I leveled up that skill enough that I get my draining spell. Draining spell, and it's not too expensive, just some of those little magic shards and some grass. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that. Boom, that was quick. Now we have a spell slot right down here, so we'll just drag and drop it here. Okay, it does not work doing it down here. If you drag and drop it right on your staff, it's just not going to do anything. If you drag it straight from your inventory, it's just going to swap places with your staff. You're just never going to get it. So you need to go put it in your spell slot. Okay, now I got it. See, it's kind of glowy now. All right. So, there's my level up. Now, when I go up to something that I can gather from, like a tree, yonk, I'm starting to harvest some magic shards. Okay, and as before, my little tutorial skill quest is right in line. Okay, so we need to harvest some stones by casting this. Now, in the bottom right, you can see the little brain icon. And you can see that that's just not using up a whole lot of my focus. It's using it, but it's not an enormous amount, and you can see the statistics of it right here. So we're at 92 out of 100. Not a big deal. And we're actually getting quite a bit of stuff out of it for that amount. So we still need to harvest some stones to be able to push through this little quest. Stones. stones. You'd think blasting that whole rock apart would give me a few stones. All right, so now let's talk about eating some flowers. Okay, that's the next thing. Now what that's going to do, now that we've used up a little bit of that focus, what these flowers do is you gather these field flowers here, is when you eat them, watch that focus meter right over here, okay? Boom, 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 boom. All right, so it's going to give me some. Not a lot. I mean, you got to eat a lot of those flowers for that to really, really go anywhere. So we can't rely solely on that, but I'm sure there will be some things a little bit later game after this startup position that will increase that at much larger intervals. Another thing I want to point out down here, we have primary belt, secondary belt. Makes it a lot easier to organize everything, especially because of the magic. I mean, you can imagine that this is just going to get really complicated really fast as soon as we start getting a lot of that magic going. So I like to put the secondary belt and just kind of throw my magic stuff in there. I'll get a little bit of food as well, just to have it. Now, right now, see the bottom of the screen there. Now I can't get back to my other tools, but I can cycle through them by pressing Alt. So, boom, there we go. Awesome. So you can cycle through it pretty easy as it gets a little bit more complex. So at this point, this quest here says reach new player level. It just takes kind of a little bit of the grind, Go around, gather a little bit, and just slowly raise that level. One thing you can do, come in here and you can check out your knowledge, and you can, as long as this part here is highlighted, then you can just start working on the things that you need to do to unlock these schema. So I want to unlock these two because they're pretty good, important early game things. So we have our stone sword and our stone pickaxe. Sounds familiar, right? So let's go ahead and keep doing what we need to increase this knowledge. We have a harvest stones from boulders, craft some weapons and tools, so I can craft another axe, several axes if I want to, just to level this up, or I can just go around and start whacking some boulders. I like to do the crafting thing just because, to me, that is easier. That way I'm not overloading my inventory and getting all kinds of junk. So boom, that gave me quite a bit of the experience that I needed for that. Unlocked them right away. So here we go. Nice and easy. Just a little bit of wood and stone. This here is twine. You get it from the trees as you are bashing the trees. And we've just been getting some pretty passively as we were running around with the axe. You do get some with the axe. But not as much as if you use the pick. Just like in Ark, when you're using the pick and you're gathering thatch, it's the same thing. You want to use the pick when you're going for twine. You want to use the axe when you're going for big logs of wood. So now I have the pickaxe here. Start smacking that. Boom. I'm leveling that twine. All right. Gathering all of the twines. Sweet. All right. And then we have our sword. We get a little bit of personal defense. We get a little rune carved into it. That doesn't really give us anything. It's just a basic simple sword. But there are two attacks that you can use. You have your left click, which is just your simple standing attack, right? And then you have your left click, which is kind of like a wah, a big slash like that. Now, this little rabbit here, you're gonna die. Hiya! All right, cool. Did he just kind of die before I even hit him? That was a little weird. Maybe he's diseased. I shouldn't eat any of his meat. Well, we'll see, because I'm hungry. Meat's a good thing. You want to get. What was that? Maybe that's what killed him. He had a heart attack because the world shook. What the heck is that? Oh, okay. So I thought that because this area was, starter level area, that there wouldn't be any baddies, but evidently there are some bad guys over there. And I have no armor and I have a stone sword. I'm not 100% sure if I really want to go in and attack those guys, and I really don't want to test it out and end up dying. So we will take a rain check on that particular battle and put that for a rainy day. So, okay, still need to reach that new player level. That right over there, as I mentioned earlier when we saw that right there, bam, that is just like the drops from Ark. So instead of coming down from the ceiling, or from the sky there, real slowly and everything like that, these guys are just going to smash down into the ground. Make sure I'm not going to get eaten by those reapers or whatever they are. And so these will be your drops, and they are color coordinated, just like in Ark. So this one requires Explorer level 25 to open. I'm not even close to that. I'm level 3, so we're gonna have to get you a little bit later. They will time out, but just gotta keep an eye out for those. Always kind of go up and check them, see if you're high enough level to get some loot. Some good stuff, man. This terrain, I mean, it just looks really, really cool. I mean, I love it. I love the fact that you can see all the way over there. I mean, it makes me want to look around in all these different directions, and I'm like, I want to go there. Exploratory day. But it is not this day, because we still need to level up a little bit before we go out there, because bad things like those Reapers will kill us. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up that next level and be right back, guys. Okay, guys, and we're back. So just kind of leveling up a little bit, doing some things, gathering a few things, and I went ahead and got that level. But while I was doing that, I got attacked by a big old tall skeleton dude. He was taller than that rock right there, and he did that damage that you can tell down that bottom right. He did some good damage to me in just one hit. I thought, heck, I gotta get out of here. So just kind of ran back over here and let this guard take him out. And when I looted his body, he got some kind of cool things. I got a bow. I got a bow. I have no arrows. I can't make any arrows yet, but hey, I got a bow. It's awesome. Now I won't have to worry about making one when I get there. But with that level, I did gain the ability to make a campfire and to make stone-tipped spears and throwing knives. So went ahead and crafted up a campfire. I'll just go ahead and drop it right here on the side, and we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit going in here. I have a little bit of meat. Boom. All right, cool. We're gonna light that fire. Now, unlike in Ark, as soon as you light that fire, it's gonna start. It has the ingredients. It's gonna start doing stuff. Well, you actually have to click on this and select craft. So you can craft one or you can craft all. In this case, I'm gonna go ahead and just hit up craft all. I also, from that drop, or from that big old skeleton guy, I got a leather helmet, which is definitely cool. And I'm gonna go ahead and throw that on. Hoo-yah! It kind of makes my beard look funny. It like holds my beard on my face. So at least there we go. We got a little bit of armor rating now. So perhaps if I get attacked again, I won't be quite so vulnerable. All right, nailed it. Cool. Got some meat going. Nice. I'm gonna go ahead and let that craft up. Go ahead and craft me up some more of these guys. Okay, there we go. Magic shards. Alright. Alright, so I'm still kind of just gathering things, just trying to get past that early stuff. I just wanted to bring you guys back to show you that skeleton and what we got for that stuff, because that was pretty crazy. So my cooking skill just leveled up, so I can go ahead and drop back in here, and now I'm able to create spiced meat. So that's kind of the next perk of that. So my cooked meat, I can put in here with some berries, and there we go. We can make spiced meat. Now, it says here it takes longer to spoil than unspiced meat. So you're not getting more of a benefit to your hunger, but it is going to last a little bit longer, and we definitely want that. So I'm going to go ahead and craft that up. And you can do both at the same time, which is pretty cool. Okay, so once again, while that's taking care of business, we can go around and continue our gathering and leveling stuff. Oops, I almost hit the wrong button. Here we go. Alright, I want to go ahead and craft that up again. Shunk. Alright, so let's see what we can level here. Cooking, light magic, water magic. Alright, so water and fire magic. So we have harvest sulfur from boulders and harvest fruits. Sweet, that's super easy. Give me all your apples. Here we go, water magic is on the rise. Hey, I'm hitting you. Oh, when these trees fall down and they just start flipping all over the place, that cracks me up. It just starts spinning. Okay, we're almost there on the water magic. Yes! Alright, water magic, rank 1. What do we get? We got our Rune of Restoration, so that's kind of a healing spell. Excellent. So, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and check on our meats. Excellent. Go ahead and pull these out of there just so we have them. And, alright, we have some fur. Apples! Alright. The other thing we were going to do, what was it? Knowledge, it was the fire. I believe it was sulfur. Is that correct? Yep. Alright. The shadow kind of freaked me out for a second. Okay, so sulfur from rocks. If you use your pick, then you get more sulfur. Boom. Alright, so we got those things leveled up, and we're probably 2/3 or 1/3 of the way. There's another one of those Reaper guys. Ugh. I don't want to die. Should I attack him? You think we should go ahead? I mean, it's not hard to remake all the stuff that we're going to make. Tell you what, let's go ahead and craft up a little bit of ranged dealios. So we got the spears. How many can we make? Just one? Why? Ah, alright. Let's make up some spears. Let's see if we can go take that guy on. He's more than likely going to kill us right off the bat, but I just kind of want to check him out. I'm not so far into the game that I have a whole lot to lose just yet, and I think that'd be a great way to go ahead and finish up this episode. So, alright, let's see how many we can make now. 9. I'm going to make them. What do I need for the throwing stars or throwing knives? I can make up some of those too, huh? So damage 15, damage 25. So the spears are going to be the better anyway. So I'm not going to bother with the throwing knives. We can play with those at a later date. I think I'm just going to stick with the spears this time. I got a Rune of Warmth. Now, something I noticed about this Rune of Warmth is if you read this, it says it'll lighten the contents of your backpack. Well, that I tested and is untrue. This gives you a buff against cold, so it raises your cold resist. So this description is wrong. That's a different spell. What do I need for this? I may need this for battling purposes. Now that we got our spears all created, let's go ahead and get some magic shards. Okay, magic shards galore. Okay. Let's go ahead and make us up some spells. 3. Yeah, hopefully that's enough. Okay. Oh, let's go ahead and throw those spears here. Feifel. Alright. I got this helmet and I got that bow. I don't really want to lose those, but at the same time, we'll make it work. It's all about experimentation. Where'd he go? Alright, where'd he go? Where'd you go? Okay. Oh, you know what? Hey, check it out. I'm going to go ahead and 1, 2, just to top that off, make sure I'm good to go. And I believe, yep, this is a well. I can get some agua. Cool. Alright, let's go hunting. See what we can find here. Where is he at? The sun's going down, of course, over there, so gonna have a hard time seeing anything. Let's go ahead and cast that light spell. Awesome. This way, fairy. Hopefully you're not scared of Reaper. He's a chicken Reaper. Huh. Yeah, well, he must have known I was coming. Fear me. Okay, well, still, I think we got a pretty good start there. We got a little bit of that early game stuff out of the way. Got all the way up to our ranged weapons. Ha! Cool. And we can test out those throwing knives next time. So we got a pretty good start going here. Hopefully we'll get into a little bit of building. You know, unlock some of the early building stuff. We can make like a little base somewhere. We'll do a little bit of exploring next time as well, I believe. And yeah, thanks for joining me. And if you like this video, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you feel like it, it'd be awesome if you could subscribe. I'll keep the videos coming, and leave some comments down there in the comment section below. Let me know how I did. Let me know what you want to see. And I'll catch you guys next time.